Welcome back with us here at the Morris Global Finance Podcast team. I'm John,
Hi, everyone.
and with me is Tiffany, our expert for today.
Always fun to be here, John.
So today we're diving into Bishop Gold Group,
Okay.
a company that's been, well, they've been making a name for themselves, I guess you could say, in the world of precious metals.
That's for sure.
You probably heard about gold IRAs and the idea of diversifying, with tangible assets,
Right?
especially with the economy the way it is these days. And that's where Bishop Gold Group comes in.
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of attention lately.
They have.
And it's interesting, they were only founded in 2017.
Oh, wow. So they're pretty new.
Yeah, pretty new, but they've been growing really quickly across the U.S.
Really?
And they've gotten endorsements from some pretty big names, too, like Sean Spicer and Ted Nugent.
Huh. Yeah, I did see those endorsements.
Yeah.
But you know how it is with endorsements, sometimes you wonder.
Yeah, are they really excited about it, or is it just marketing?
Right, exactly.
So that's why we're doing this deeper look. We want to go beyond just the surface and see what Bishop Gold Group is really all about.
Yeah, we want to cut through the hype.
Yeah, exactly.
So are they really focused on their clients, like they say?
Yeah, they have a ton of positive reviews online,
They do.
but we need to look at those carefully, and see if there are any patterns or anything that seems off.
Okay, so let's talk about what they actually do.
Okay.
They're in the business of precious metals, right?
Right. Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, the whole thing.
Whole shebang.
And they specialize in helping people set up gold IRAs.
Okay, yeah, that can seem pretty complicated.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're used to regular investments like stocks and bonds.
Right.
But Bishop Gold Group seems to have a pretty clear process.
Okay.
They work with certain companies like Kingdom Trust and Strata Trust Company to help set up the IRA. And they handle buying and storing the metals.
Oh, so they take care of all of that.
Yeah. And you can even choose where you want to store your metals, like Brinks Global Services or Delaware Depository.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so they handle the IRA, the metals, the storage.
Right.
What about their expertise, though? I mean, do they really know their stuff about precious metals investing?
That's a good question.
Like, are they really helping people or just trying to sell them something?
Yeah, they talk about creating these personalized investment plans,
Right.
tailoring strategies to each person's goals and how much risk they're comfortable with.
Right.
But I'm curious about how they handle all the details of diversifying within precious metals,
Yeah.
Do they just recommend gold, or do they get into the pros and cons of different types of coins and bars and even less common metals like platinum and palladium?
Right. And what about people who are hesitant about investing in physical things like that?
Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, gold is great, but you can't just sell it instantly like you can with stocks.
No, you can't. And that's where the storage options become really important. Bishop Gold Group talks a lot about how secure and safe their storage partners are.
Right. Brinks and Delaware Depository.
Yeah, exactly. But are they really that secure and easy to deal with? And how upfront are they about the costs of storage?
Those are good questions. So we've got the setup. They handle the IRA, the metals, the storage.
Right.
But what I'm really curious about is what it's actually like to be their client.
Yeah, that's where the customer reviews come in.
Okay.
Bishop Gold Group has some impressive ratings online,
The dude?
like an A+ on the Better Business Bureau,
Wow.
4.8 stars on Trustpilot, even 4 out of 5 stars on Yelp. And Yelp is usually pretty tough.
Yeah, that's true.
But those reviews tell a story.
They do.
And we need to look closely at what people are saying.
Yeah. Are they happy with the staff? Do they feel like the communication is clear? Is the whole process easy to understand? Or are there any common complaints?
Exactly. We need to see the whole picture, both the good and the bad.
Okay, well, let's dive into those reviews then and see what we can learn.
Sounds good. And that's where it gets kind of interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because a lot of the reviews are really positive. People talk about how knowledgeable the staff are and how helpful they were.
Okay.
But then some people say they felt pressured to make a decision quickly.
So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, a little bit.
So how do you balance that then?
What do you mean?
Well, all these good reviews about personalized service,
Right.
but also this feeling of being rushed.
Yeah, I mean, you want a company that's going to be there for you and help you.
Right.
But you don't want to feel like they're pushing you into something before you're ready.
Exactly.
So I think it's really important to do your own research, too.
Yeah.
And maybe even talk to a financial advisor who's not connected to Bishop Gold Group.
Okay, get a second opinion.
Exactly.
Speaking of things that might make you think twice,
What's that?
Bishop Gold Group has been sued a few times.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I mean, lawsuits don't always mean a company is bad.
Not always.
but it's something to look into.
Definitely.
So there are 3 lawsuits we found.
Okay.
One was about working conditions.
Yeah.
That one's been settled.
Okay.
Then there's one about wrongful termination and wages and hours. And the third one is still going on.
What's that one about?
It's about breaking federal telemarketing laws.
Oh, wow. That's interesting, especially with some of the reviews mentioning pushy sales tactics.
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Right. Is that part of their strategy?
Yeah, like are they really putting their clients first or just trying to make a sale?
It definitely raises some questions.
It does.
I mean, we can't say for sure based on just the lawsuits.
Right.
But I think it shows how important it is to really do your homework, look into things carefully,
Yeah.
maybe even try to find court documents to see exactly what's going on.
So how do we put all of this together then?
What do you mean?
Well, on one hand, they have these endorsements from famous people.
Right.
They've been featured in big financial publications like Forbes and Bloomberg. And they have a ton of positive customer reviews. Yeah. But then there are these lawsuits.
You're right.
And some people saying the sales tactics are aggressive.
That's a tough one.
It is. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah. And investing is often like that.
True.
It's not always clear cut, you know?
Yeah.
The important thing is to look at everything,
Oh.
weigh the good and the bad,
Right.
and then make a decision that you feel comfortable with based on your own situation.
Your own risk tolerance.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's break down the pros and cons a little more.
Okay.
What do you think are the biggest advantages of working with Bishop Gold Group?
Well, they definitely know a lot about precious metals.
Right.
They have a whole team of experts who seem really passionate about it.
Yeah.
And they've partnered with some really solid companies for the IRA setup and the storage.
Right. Kingdom Trust, Strata Trust Company, Brinks Delaware Depository.
Exactly. That makes things a lot easier, and it gives you some peace of mind.
And even with the stuff we talked about earlier.
About the sales tactics.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of their clients really appreciate that personalized service.
Yeah, they're not just throwing you to the wolves.
No, they're actually working with you to create a plan that fits your needs.
And they have a lot of different investment options, too.
They do. You can choose from gold and silver coins, platinum and palladium bars.
Wow.
So you can really diversify within the precious metals market itself.
That's pretty cool. Okay,
That's
so
great.
we've got the expertise, the personal touch, the variety of options. What about the downsides? What should people watch out for?
Well, they're not a huge company.
Okay.
They're smaller than some of the big names out there.
Right.
So they might not have as many resources or as much experience.
And we talked about the sales tactics.
Yeah. Some people felt pressured.
So you definitely want to be careful and not let them talk you into anything you're not comfortable with.
Absolutely. Ask lots of questions.
Yeah. And they don't have a website where you can do everything online.
Oh, right.
It's all over the phone or through email, which might not be ideal for everyone.
Yeah. Some people prefer to do things online.
And then there are the lawsuits,
Right.
which we already discussed.
They definitely add some risk.
Yeah. And even though they're clear about the basic fees, some reviewers have said there might be hidden costs,
Oh, really? It's like what?
especially with the storage. So you really want to read all the fine print.
Yeah. Make sure you understand everything before you sign anything.
So is Bishop Gold Group legit then?
Yeah.
Are they a good company to work with?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
And I don't think there's an easy answer.
Okay.
They have a lot of good things going for them.
They do.
The expertise, the personal approach, the positive reviews, the recognition from respected sources.
Right.
But those lawsuits and the possibility of aggressive sales tactics are definitely concerning.
Yeah. It's a tough call.
It is. So I think it comes down to each individual.
Oh.
How much risk are you comfortable with? What are your specific needs and goals?
Right.
We've given you a lot of information to think about. We've shown you the good and the bad, but ultimately, the decision is yours.
And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Exactly.
We're not telling you what to do.
No.
We're just giving you the information you need to make your own informed decision.
And that's powerful.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking about investing in precious metals, do your research.
Yeah.
Don't just take our word for it or even Bishop Gold Group's word for it.
Right.
Look at different perspectives, read independent reviews, talk to financial advisors,
Good advice.
and most importantly, trust your gut.
Yeah. Go with your instincts.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Bishop Gold Group,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay. I'm listening.
The economy is uncertain right now,
It is.
and it's more important than ever to be smart about your finances.
Absolutely.
Whether you choose precious metals or something else, stay informed, stay curious, keep learning.
That's the key.
The best investment you can make is in your own financial education.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.